Hello and welcome to 4-Speed DIECAST, the dumbest damn diecast channel in all of YouTube. And it is. I am Max the Finger. I'm flying solo today, and we're coming to you from atop of the table of shame. I know, the shame is worn away. The shame is almost gone. Can you see it? The shame. Oh, the shame. Well, here's something that says shame, goddammit. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I'm trying to be open-minded about this. But I bought this last night at Walmart. And I didn't notice a couple of things. I didn't notice one glaring issue about this. And so I thought, well, today I'm just going to do a whole video about one car. And I'm trying not to curse because you're not supposed to curse in the first of your YouTube video, or YouTube goes and they don't like you, and they give you one of those. I can't even say that. I'm not even going to risk. I'm not going to risk saying that, what that is, but you know what it is. See, it's that one. And okay, so look, the thing is, if you don't watch the Professor of Rock, the YouTube channel, Professor of Rock, Adam Reeder, he talks about rock and roll all the time. He's a rock and roll geek. And the other day he was talking about the song by Meredith Brooks from like 1996, was it, or 90, somewhere back in there. And he couldn't say the name of the song because YouTube would like smack him around a little bit. The name of the song was Bitch, and it's the Meredith Brooks song. And I'm thinking, you can't even say bitch on YouTube anymore. Bitch isn't even a dirty word. I've got 3 bitches in my house, and one of them isn't a dog. Ooh, God. All right, there we go. Oh, we got the knife out. Kids, don't play with knives or sharp objects, because if you do, you will put your eye out and your dog will run away. Why is that not doing that easily? Wow, is my knife that dull? I only use it to cut metal every once in a while. Let's open him up here. So, like I say, I found this last night at Walmart. It's like, oh, it's a Challenger. I don't know, it's not new. It's not a new casting. What the fuck? When did we start doing that shit? Alright. What the hell? Jesus, M2, you're making it hard to steal your fucking cars. I didn't steal this one. I did say I found it last night at Walmart, but I didn't steal it. I actually paid for it. Because, you know, the first thing I noticed right off the bat, well, it was brown. It was brown. And I like brown. Brown is good. But let's open him up here and have another. Let's have a closer look, shall we? And of course, this morning I'm having my friends over. My friend Coffee. And Mr. Marlboro Black. So you'll excuse me for just a second. Gotta tell you, kids, there's nothing like starting off the day with a good breakfast. Anyway, so you might notice what it says here. 1970 Dodge Challenger TA, which stood for Trans Am. I know what you're going to say. You're going to be like, oh, but wait a minute. Pontiac had the Trans Am. Yes, but Trans Am was not just a name for a car. It was a racing series back in the late 60s and the very early 70s. The Trans Am National Series, and it was all for pony cars. So you had Mustangs and Barracudas, and then later Challengers and a couple of Mercury Cougars and Camaros, of course, and the Firebird, which is where Firebird Trans Am comes from, is from the racing series. Even though in the racing series, the biggest motor you could have was 305 cubic inches, wasn't it? I think it was 305 cubic inches. So the Chevy 302 in the Z28, which again for Trans Am racing. That was the RPO. Z28 was the RPO for the Trans Am racing package, blah, 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 for the Camaro. But anyway, when you got a Pontiac Trans Am, it was always at least a 400 cubic inch engine. Even the first one, 69, the 400 was standard, the Ram Air 2, and then I think you could get the Ram Air 3 for a few bucks, and a few of them had the Ram Air 4, which was like, I'm going to fist you. Don't say things like that, children. If you don't know what fisting is, well, you're probably young enough not to know what fisting is, and don't ever find out. Anyway, the point is, the Pontiac Trans Am never had a 305 cubic inch engine as standard. It was always the 400 or the 455. So anyway, the Challenger TA wouldn't have a 305 cubic inch engine either. It was the TA 340 because it used the street versions used the 340 cubic inch small block Mopar engine, which is just one of the best street engines of all time. If you want to argue with me in the comments about it, well, you can, but you're not going to fucking win. The small block Chrysler, which was totally a rip-off of the small block Chevy engine, one of the best engines of all time. If you don't like it, if you don't think so, well, you're wrong. So let's pull this little guy off the base and have a look at him, a closer look, because something about this doesn't match this. And if you know what it is, drop a comment right now in this out of focus video and tell me what it is and leave the timestamp. I don't know what the timestamp is going to be at this point because I just don't know. I don't know where this is going to go. I never know where any of this shit's going to go. But drop a comment and put the timestamp and tell me what's wrong with this picture, this 70 Dodge Challenger Trans Am. Do it now while we hear from our sponsor. Okay, how was that? Okay, let's look at this guy, because if you dropped a comment below, yay, thank you. I bought him because he's brown. He's brown, and he's got a painted white top. Did you know, back in the day when vinyl tops were all the rage in the late 60s and early 70s, most of the time there was an option to just get a painted roof. You could just get your car with a painted roof. Do you know what vinyl tops do? They, if you don't keep them in a garage, in a controlled environment, vinyl tops gather moisture underneath them, and they will rot out your roof, especially right along the bottom edges there, and along the window frames. So painted roof, that's very nice. First, I'm on a bitch because this is an $8 M2 model, and I don't think it opens. Does it open? I know the doors don't open. Look, the doors are shut. They're welded shut like the friggin' General Lee. Paint on the roof isn't bad, even though I've been fingering it. Let's that might be an odd thing to say considering what I'm going to say about this car in a few minutes here. And if you know it's probably coming. Does this open at all? Do we open M2? Does our hood open? Yes, we do. There we go. There we go. Come on, there we are. What do we got in there? What do we got? Let's get some good light going. Well, let's not get some light going. We're just black. We're all black in there. Why are we all black? That's what I used to think when I was a kid, because we listened to so much black music and had so many friends around that were black, and it's like, why am I not black? Was I not good enough? And maybe that's true. I don't know. I grew up with a lot of black folk and Mexican folk, and I learned not to be racist because everybody loved Elton John. And Elton John, if you don't know, he was a gay. He was one of the gay guys. He was one of those guys. But you know what he wasn't? He wasn't transgender. I mean, I saw him dress up as Donald Duck for the concert in Central Park back in like 1980 or whenever it was. But and if you're transgender, that's fine. I got no problem with that. You are what you are. Be what you want to be. Don't be racist. Don't be transphobic. You know, all this woke stuff. You know, people say, "Ooh, society's gotten woke. People are so woke. I don't like those woke." You know what? Woke is just not being a fucking asshole to your fellow man. How about that? Or woman. Or trans individual. Whatever. But anyway, the point is, M2, if you're going to give us a transgender car, then at least you should tell us up front. Because we can't fucking say. Because what I see right here on the side, it says TA up in the stripe. See it? Up in the... And I know it's brown. It's hard to see anything. And it's got a lot of sparkle in the paint, though. Yeah, but anyway, the point is, TA, right up there in the stripe. We're going to go closer. Can we see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Right down here. 340. 6-pack. Yeah, 340 6-pack. Oh, wait. Did you notice? That's a shaker hood. What does that say? What's that say? 440 6. Oh, no. Come on now. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say 440 6-pack, does it? Oh, it does. And what's it say down here? 340 6-pack. Well, somebody is off by 100 6-packs. And if you're off by 100 6-packs, that's 600 beers, and you're probably pretty fucking sloshed. M2, I'm going to give it to you. When I pulled this out, I noticed that we had a more or less correct exhaust system under this Challenger TA, which also would have been appropriate for the CUDA, for what they call that. Oh yeah, the AAR CUDA, AAR standing for All American Racers. Which, thank you for that. You put the mufflers. I know you got to have the place to screw them on and all that, which is another issue. But hey, thanks for that totally realistic front suspension system there as well. What the hell is that? Never mind. The whole thing is, M2, even though this is a nice little Dodge Challenger, it really is. Go back to the episode about the Dodge Challengers. Who makes the best Dodge Challenger? When did I do that? A few months ago. What's the episode? Okay, well, there it is. Go back and watch it. You'll see what I think about these. I like them. They're pretty good. There's a little texture to the top. I guess it is supposed to represent a vinyl top. But the whole thing is, this is out of fucking focus. That's what the whole thing is. A 340 6-pack 1970 Challenger Trans Am would not have a 440 6-pack shaker hood. In fact, it wouldn't have a shaker hood. You could, in 1970, get a shaker hood on a 340. You could, just not in the Trans Am. If you just got a CUDA, or not a CUDA, but a Challenger RT and you got a 340, you could get billboard stripes and you could get a shaker hood. You could. But Trans Am, nope. What did it have? Yeah, this little guy right here. The point is, okay, M2, I've had issues with you for years. I've contacted you guys a couple of times. Once about the misshapen bodied '69 Camaro you guys had out 15 years ago, and it's like I'm like, hey, you guys got this problem. And your reply was, well, if you don't like it, take it back to the store and go fuck your mother. So, and then, and this is still a thing, on the second gen Camaros they do. The, 70, 71, 72 Camaro, the second gen Camaros. The front of them, if you don't have a chin spoiler on the front, they just give you these two holes where the chin spoiler is supposed to mount instead of, like, I don't know, making something going upward into the body where the spoiler would stick in instead of sticking in from the front in the fucking holes. I'm sorry. It's like I'm picking on this one and I'm not. The other thing with those Camaros is they have steering columns that go through the instrument panel. Specifically the speedometer hole, because you know what a Camaro dash looks like? Yeah, right? Yeah. They decided stick it right through the fucking speedometer hole instead of down in the little thingy down there where it's supposed to go below the instrument panel. I contacted you guys about that too. You know what you said? Fuck off, don't care. Yeah. Okay, not in those words, but... And I'm not even bitching about the quality of this, okay? This is actually a nice model. I know, front suspension would be nice, but I know, okay? It's a nice model. It really is. I like the color. And I know it's kind of dark here, and because the lighting is never good. But look, such a nice brown. You guys do a good job on the taillight section. This one looks pretty damn good. Looks pretty good. It looks well put together. Challenger TA up there on the spoiler. You got the right spoiler too. You got the little ducktail spoiler. Yeah, it's a nice model. Look at those side markers. Look at them. Look at the side marker lights. Very nice. Oh, and they're out of focus again. Someone lacks focus here. I'm just saying, M2. You know what you do? You know what you do? You take this car and you put it on one of those little cards with the background. What do you call those now? That come with the little figures. You guys sell them. I don't know what they're fucking called. They come with the little people, You put it on one of those. And on the back, you have the story of it. You're like, oh, here's a 1970 Dodge Challenger, and we're going to envision it as a car from 1973 because the second or third owner blew the 340 up, but he knew a guy that had a 446 barrel Challenger that he took off in a ditch and just scorpioned the ass end of it. Okay? And then here it is. This is the car rebuilt, reborn, because the 340 blew, but there was a guy and there was a 440 and it had a shaker and it had the right hood, and you took it to Mako and you had to match the hood to the rest of the car. And there you go. That's what the fourth owner did. The third owner did, whatever, because you got day one cars, which are like off the showroom floor. You got day two cars, which are like, oh, that's, that's when you put the glass backs on, and that's when you got your mag wheels. It may not be the second day, but you know what I'm saying, And then you have, like, the third day cars when you've got beaten by that fucking asshole's Corvette. The guy who lives down the street thinks his fucking Corvette is fast, but your fucking 340 goddamn Challenger is faster than that. You know it. And you got a 4-speed in there. You goddamn better well have a 4-speed in there. And you can blow the doors off that fucking guy's Corvette. You know it. You're just not fast enough to do it. Day 3, that's when the heads come off, and that's when you go to the great big Edelbrock fucking Spider manifold, and you get the 3-barrel Holly with 1200 CFM in it, and you go and have the heads ported, and you put on the hooker headers, and you just... Day 3. And then you get to the second owner because, the second owner, whatever you did to the car, maybe you just got tired of it after all that. And you're like, I still can't beat that fucking Corvette. I'm going to go and buy a fucking Hemi car and, whatever. The second guy gets it. He's like, oh, man, look at this. You got the 3-barrel Holly, and this thing's hot as hell. It'll do burnouts for blocks. Until he throws a rod through the side of the fucking 340, okay? And then it sits for a while. It sits for a couple of years in his mom's driveway. And his mom is just like, Bobby, get rid of that fucking car, or I'm going to make you cut your hair and go get a fucking job. And then Bobby's like, okay, Mom. Because Bobby don't have a fucking job. He sits around, smokes pot all day, and watch Captain Kangaroo in the morning. And Cappy-Roo. Anyway, and then he sells it to guy number 3. And that's the guy, right? He's like, hey, you know what? I know a guy that's got a 440, a 6-barrel car, and it's wrecked. And he goes and he pays, $200 for a 440 6-barrel with a shaker and a hood, and he spends another $59 at Earl Scheib getting the hood painted to match the rest of the car. There you go. There's your story, M2. There you go. Put that on your packaging, and there you go. You've got day 2 or day 3 car. There you go. There's another series. I give that series to you free. This is me absolutely giving you my intellectual property for free. Day 2 cars. You do the project cars, right? It's like, oh, look, it's got a door, it's got primer on it, and it's got different wheels. No, you know what? Day 2 cars. Day 3 cars. Give us a 5-year-old car from this era. Do you realize... Do you realize people were restoring these cars in like the early 80s? That's how badly these cars were abused. And it's still going on, but it's like cars are more expensive. It's like Scat Pack Challengers, and they get crashed all the time. And Mustangs and Camaros. People pay a lot of money to crash, don't they? Okay, I guess I'm done with that. So, don't smoke, kids. I'm just saying. M2. Details like no other. If you're going to give us a chestnut brown, metallic, 1970 Dodge Challenger TA 346 pack, how about you actually... give us the right thing, or give us a story, one or the other. Either give us the right hood, or give us a good story as to why it doesn't have the right hood. How about that? That'd be great. Anyway, the point is, I'm done. So if you liked it, take your thumb and call some numbers on a phone and tell M2, hey, what's the story, Morning Glory? Comment rudely, if you please, if you haven't already. And subscribe, sure, why not? And thank you to those of you who have subscribed lately and listen to my stupid shit. And if you don't like it, of course, take your thumb and smash it. Just like, oh, no, the table of shame is a lot tougher than the plastic cabinet of infinite loneliness. Well, bye. You know what, kids? We're not really done. You know what I just noticed? It's terrible light in here. I know, because it's morning and I didn't feel like sitting up any other lights. I'm going to turn the camera light on. I swear to God, I just noticed this. Do you see it? Do you see it? There's no driver's seat in this car. No driver's seat. No driver's seat. It's not there. Look. We even got a pretty good sized dildo shifter for the 4-speed, but we got no place to sit. Details like no other. Bye.